This is Mission Control Houston. This is a downlink replay of the activities that have gone on earlier today.
Discovery Houston, we're ready for instrument taping.
Even as you speak, it's in work.
The Space Shuttle Discovery is the bright dot in the center left of the screen. The plumes that occasionally shoot out from that are the firings of different jets and engines on board.
Discovery Houston, you have a go to take data.
Okay, thanks.
This is Mission Control Houston. We're now about a little over a minute and a half away from the deploy time for the Crow-C sub-satellite. Everything has been proceeding along smoothly in the control center. And on board Discovery, that last communications with the spacecraft dealt with the observations that are ongoing with the shuttle Pallet satellite. Those are observations of the Earth as it's being remotely operated by mission specialist Greg Harbaugh from the aft flight deck of Discovery. Harbaugh will also be the crew member responsible for deploy of the Crow-C sub-satellite.
Discovery Houston, the state vectors look good. You have a go for deploy.
Okay, Marcia, and Crow-C is away. And Houston Discovery for the payloads folks. As the canister came out, it tumbled more or less end over end, and we estimate about 15 degrees per second tumble rate.
Okay, copy that.
This is Mission Control Houston. Discovery is just now passing over the Caspian and Aral Seas in the southwestern Soviet Union. That's a site that was sent up to the spacecraft, to the crew today by Earth observation scientists here at the Johnson Space Center. It's an interesting area of Earth to photograph. One of the interesting things about that area is the decline in lake levels. Also, on this meteorological map, the white lines outlining the seas shows what their lake levels, what their levels used to be like. Now, the receding waters can be seen by the dark areas on this map. Also on the Aral Sea on the right-hand side, there's an island present now on the left-hand side of the sea in this scene that was not there in 1985 and is a result of the receding level. We're now receiving live television from this cameras in Discovery's payload bay. This from a camera located in the forward right-hand corner of the bay. Discovery is now nearing the Antarctic Circle as it moves toward the southern tip of South America. This is Mission Control, Houston. Discovery continues trailing the shuttle pallet satellite by about 7 miles. Currently, we're about 9 minutes away from another scheduled burn. That's an engine firing that will be a slight height adjustment to ensure that Discovery maintains the exact same altitude and orbit as the shuttle pallet satellite. At the front of the Mission Control Center is a graph which is used by the rendezvous officer to follow the approach as he homes in on a point called the transition to near field point. That point is the point that you most would like to be at in order to begin your approach within about 1.5 nautical miles behind the spas. Discovery basically will go into a lower orbit, allowing it to cut a corner and catch up to the shuttle pallet satellite. Discovery's lower orbit will be about 4,000 feet below that of the shuttle pallet satellite. Also, there are 3 objects being tracked by the control center at this time. The shuttle pallet satellite, Discovery, as well as the Crow-C sub-satellite. Crow-C has been drifting behind Discovery for several orbits. This burn puts Discovery in a lower orbit. That allows Discovery to cut the corner, basically, and catch up to the spas to 1.5 miles behind. It should take about 1 hour and 20 minutes now before Discovery reaches that point. And again, the net effect of that burn was to drop Discovery's altitude by about 4,000 feet on the lower side of that orbit. Flight Dynamics Officer reports that the 3rd mid-course correction burn is now complete, and the results came out well. Discovery currently less than 2 miles from the shuttle pallet satellite, approximately 10,000 feet, and continuing to close at about 7.9 feet per second.
Discovery, Houston, we'd like you to hold for a bit on Block S2. We'll be commanding the AIS to the proper elevation for OP4, and we'll give you a go for that block.
Roger, Marshal. All the RCS thruster activity.
Yeah, we're getting a good picture.
You can sort of make out the shape of the orbiter. It's kind of hard. Marcia, do you have an estimate of how long you're going to have coverage?
Stand by. Rick, looks like another 12 minutes.
Oh, okay. We'll just let it play then. We'll go right through the plume.
Great.
Oh, there's the plume. That was probably cut off there, the big flash across the screen. I'm going to back this up and play that last little bit again.
Okay. Discovery, we'd like you to hold off on your commanding just for a bit. We have a few more to send.
Okay, we understand.
And Rick, we got a good picture now.
Okay, you just picked up, Lacey has just, at this point, computed the offset and read those angles to me, and I put in the fine pointing correction, so that bright blob there is the orbiter moving to the center of the screen. So we're probably about 30 seconds from the gas release here, roughly. Like I said, don't think we can see the gas release on this, but you can watch for it. Okay, Brian, are you getting this picture?
Yeah, we got a great picture of it.
Okay, there's a little blooming there as it goes next to the moon, apparently, but as far as we can tell, we don't see any antenna deployed from this tape.
Okay, Greg, we copy that.
And I'm sure you've heard about the witch's hat, but this body bag is something else for Lacey to discover here.
Yeah, is that who's hiding in there?
Lacey says there's nothing that'll stop him from getting the right picture.
Now looking from one of the low light level cameras aboard the shuttle pallet satellite as it prepares to take data from the chemical release observation canister containing nitrogen tetroxide propellant. At the time of the release, the canister is predicted to be about 95 nautical miles from the shuttle pallet satellite.
And Houston Discovery, we have the Crow beacon.
Roger, we copy that, Mike. We see it also.
Now switching to the low light level near field view. Mission Specialist Rick Heeb now fine pointing the near field camera, low light level camera on the shuttle pallet satellite. In this view, the chemical release observation canister is near the top of the vertical crosshair.
Okay, Discovery.
Right, you can tell them to turn the beacon off if they'd like.
We copy, Mike. We'll turn the beacon off.
Roger.
And the release of the nitrogen tetroxide from the canister.
Video of that?
Yeah, we sure do. What a release.
This is Mission Control Houston. Orbit 2 flight controllers are now in the room preparing to take handover from their Orbit 1 counterparts. We're now, this view is now from the shuttle pallet satellite's infrared background signature survey. Has 2 low light level cameras, one near field and one wide field camera. This view is of the Earth's limb as the SPAS is pointed in that direction.
This is Mission Control Houston. This view is out of one of Discovery's aft bulkhead, or...
You receiving us, Captain?
We have a good picture.
forward bulkhead windows. In the bottom lower left corner of the screen are the canisters in which the chemical release observation satellites are housed. This particular view is taken from the camera that is located on the starboard side of the payload bay on the forward bulkhead.
Hi, Lacey.
This is Mission Control Houston. We're currently receiving downlink of a camcorder recording of activities on board Discovery.
Lacey's trying to shed a little light on the situation here.
It's pretty light up there to me.
In the frame right now is Mission Specialist Lacey Veach.
Yeah, about half the time I see if it gets kind of dim up here, though.
Lacey, it's supposed to be light at your back for photography.
Commander Mike Coates.
So you tell me otherwise.
You're right, Rick. No AIS until we tell you otherwise.
Okay, thanks.
Discovery Houston for Rick, we'd like for you to run the nominal procedure.
Okay, great, thanks.
Discovery Houston, we're enjoying the downlink, but we need for you to go back to rendezvous radar.
Okay, we'll work it. Catherine, should go back to GPC designate this time like we were last time?
That's affirmative.
Okay.
The final stages of a rendezvous are very delicate work, where crew members on board Discovery will do minor tweaks to slowly close in and position Discovery and its remote manipulator arm for the final grapple of the pallet satellite.
Houston Discovery, we put signal for comm. You have downlink if you'd like.
Thanks. We'll take it.
This is Mission Control Houston. Discovery is currently passing over the Pacific Ocean as it is.
AT, how do you like what you're seeing camera D right now?
That looks fine. We'll just leave it to you to point it, or if you want us to do it, we'll do it.
Okay, we'll control it from here, KT.
Roger.
This is Mission Control Houston. Mission Specialist Rakib is in the process of lining up the end effector with the grapple fixture, now seen in the center of the screen. This view is courtesy of the wrist cameras on board the end effector. Telemetry here on the ground indicates that the SPAS is now captured and the grapple is complete.
Houston, Discovery, we got it.
And we got to watch that. Discovery Houston, SPAS, jets disabled.
The gravity performance of tanks and liquid collection systems and evaluates propellant management system components under the space environment. This particular payload is part of STP-1, which is the Space Test Program 1 payload. There are 5 experiments on that particular payload.